Okay, thank you, Hemant, for that. So we start. So, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to you once again. Welcome to this 9th episode of Bounce Back series. Thank you for joining us on this day, on this Saturday morning. You could have been doing just about anything. Appreciate the fact that you're here. It's great to see you here. We're all excited. And as you know, this is an initiative by 5 coaches who have come together to discuss important topics that matter to our lives, topics that influence us on a daily basis, and topics that need our attention towards continuous improvement and better living. So the format for the day is that the panel will discuss the subject, and then the floor will be open for the audience to ask questions. So I would strongly request all the audience to please post your questions during the program as well, and it will be addressed as much as possible. So let me start by introducing the panel members here. Coach Jyotika Shetty. Jyotika, can you wave? Yes. She's a strategic life coach, international author, certified trainer, and an image consultant, helping people achieve their next level performance. She holds an MBA from Manchester Business School and experience of over 20 years in the corporate banking and entrepreneurship. Next, we have Coach Arif Hussain. He's a certified mindset and performance coach, an author, a fitness enthusiast, and a mentor. He's a devout family man and has been associated with healthcare industry for 2 decades. He guides working professionals between the age of 25 to 45 to achieve their health and professional goals. Next, we have Coach Kuzma Gulandaz. She is a certified ambition and unambiguity coach who is extremely passionate about helping people with issues that stand between them and their success. Being an English language trainer and a personality mentor, she is also focused on confidence and communication related matters. She is an MBA from London and currently lives in the UAE. Next, we have Coach Hemant Jain, the Unblock coach. Hemant, yes. He's been a change management consultant and a trainer with over 18 years of corporate experience. She has worked with large organizations undergoing transformation, focusing on the people side of change. Many working professionals find themselves stuck within the glass walls and glass ceilings. And through his coaching, Hemant helps them go higher and further in life as well as career. Finally, it's me, Mohammed Saeed, an MBA with over 3 decades of international experience. Had the opportunity to work with numerous nationalities. I'm an author, a certified empowering coach. I'm very passionate about reaching out to people and actively engage in guiding people to overcome their life challenges through mind shift and transformation. So, as we discuss this topic today, I would like to ask the audience, have you ever had an experience of feeling alone at some point of life? Has it happened to you? Well, I'm not a very big party guy. However, I had some friends at every stage of life, maybe school, maybe college, maybe work. And there were some who were with me like they were embedded with me. And there were few who were with me who were still with me. But then two things happened. One, that at a much later stage of life, I realized that those who were with me most of the time, whom I thought they were actually my well-wishers, were in fact not really so. And the second thing is that at a very crucial point of time, I suddenly found myself almost like, I'm alone. So this made me to retrospect and what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What went wrong like? So it actually kind of, made me think a lot. And that's what eventually resulted in my first book, that is Mastermind, The Circle of Influence, why it's vital. So why did I end up in such company or in such situation? That we will leave it for another day to discuss, or if time permits, the later stage of program. But now let me proceed with what is Mastermind. As it is said up to times, over an average of 5 people you spend most of the time with. So it's very true. If you spend, if you're in the company of 5 readers, let's say, you will be the 6th one sooner or later. And if you're in the company of 5 eaters, the chances are you will be the 6th one sooner than you thought you will be. And if you're in the company of 5 people who are successful in their life or career, the chances are you will be the 6th one, and you will become one eventually. And if you are in the company of 5 lazy people, there is every possibility that you will be the 6th one. So this is how I define Mastermind as. Mastermind is an act, a process of mind mingling by facilitating association of 2 or more strongly driven and purposefully engaged people working in union towards individual and collective growth. Mastermind is designed to enable each individual in the group to reap the combined capacity of all the participants. Thereby, the outcome is far beyond the individual capacity. Thus, the product of Mastermind is an nth mind, the intellect that gives each individual an X capacity, and also acts as a resource bank which can be tapped and engaged for collective as well as individual accomplishment. So in this harmonious and purposeful alliance, the capacity of conceptualization, imagination, visualization will be multifold, which can beat the best of the most imaginative individual, because it is collective. Mastermind draws one out of their comfort zone and it exposes them to new areas. It brings you out of your core areas of specialization and it gives you exposure to new areas, new opportunities. Like if you look at the first known mastermind, the first recorded mastermind by Henry Ford. In his mastermind, he had one scientist, which is Thomas Edison, a businessman, the Harvey Firestone, then the banker, John Burroughs, then a thinker, and basically he was also a agriculturalist who produced some kind of 800 different species of plants. So that is Luther Burbank. So this makes it possible for members to venture into new domains, which enables members to offer a fresh perspective, almost like a third party. Such a variety of togetherness, it offers a view and an approach that one is likely to miss due to a traditional practice. This fresh approach can bring up some out-of-the-box thinking and can result in a significant breakthroughs. Mastermind is a place where the brain power gets jogged. It is here that the individual thoughts, ideas, and inspirations get necessary lift. And this is where the singular energies get culminated to form a colossal force. So basically, your mastermind is a group of people who motivate you, encourages you, pulls you and pushes you, and drives you towards your outcome, all the way to fulfilling your vision. The more focused and engaged your mastermind is, the more exuberant and dynamic the results will be. Our purpose in life should be to make things better and improve ourselves as well as everything with every passing day. The ideal way of doing that is to working in harmony to make ours as well as others' lives and everything around us better, as much better as possible. We know that the frictions have caused only people to fail. It brought destruction and devastation. So friends, when you collaborate, mastermind, and act in alliance, you sure are on your way to create something bigger, better, and worthier than what you have at the moment. So while I have put my thoughts on what is mastermind all about, let me take this discussion to our fellow coaches. As I said several times, whenever you do something, the why is very important. So even for mastermind, it's important too. So let me ask a coach Arif Hussain, why mastermind is critical in our lives? Arif, your thoughts, please.
Thank you, Saeed. So, as Saeed has mentioned about what a mastermind is, explained beautifully. So, what I always feel that life is a journey, and there are many journeys within that journey. Now, our journeys cross with each other, and some people walk with us for a while and leave for their own destinations, and some people stay for long. For those people we spend time together with during this journey are our mastermind. The experiences that we have with these masterminds make us unique from the inside, and hence the journey is also unique, even though we have lots of similarities. The concept of a mastermind group, as Saeed mentioned, was introduced by Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich. But the concept is not new. We have known its importance since ages. Birds of a feather flock together, चोर चोर मौसेरे भाई और बंदर की दोस्ती जी का जंजाल. What are all they? Parents, teachers, and all well-wishers reminding the importance of the company we keep. Now, still forcing to marry to a stranger, that's another matter. A mastermind gives you a direction, shapes your life, personality, and career. It helps you to develop and solve your problems, and sometimes can create problems too if not chosen wisely. So I share something from my school. So I used to remain confused of which groups to spend time when I was in school. I like nerds because they were the ones who used to answer most of the time in class and were teachers' pets. I like the sportive ones too, as they were more active in outdoor and other fun activities. So I spent most of the time with the physically active ones and hence got interested in different sports. There was no concept of group studies for me then unless some classmates came to my place to study maths, as I was good at it. But this mastermind actually made me understand that I was good at mathematics. Before that, I didn't know it. And over a period of time, I became an all-rounder, good at studies, sports, and in social skills as well. At times, life can give a lot of pressure and stress. These masterminds can help to reach to your goals and also deviate from the routine to give much needed pause so that you may start again with the same zeal. But if not chosen wisely, your mastermind can also derail you from your goals, mission, and your vision. That happened to me a lot of times. But question is, why to join a mastermind? So I tell you, you will anyway have a mastermind, consciously or unconsciously. So what's the better way of doing anything? You do it consciously, knowing all pros and cons by taking a deliberate and an informed decision. But different people join a mastermind for different reasons. Some join it for just fun. Some may join it for networking or just to get new perspective or new ideas. Some like to get counsel from their known ones. Some just are looking for validation or community support. Now, these mastermind can also challenge you to push you harder towards your better version. And you might find somebody who can be accountable for your actions. You get good feedback as well. And you may end up having partnerships, maybe long-term partnerships through a mastermind. Now, these groups can help improve your professional skills, interpersonal skills, mental and physical health, career and business prospects. So reason can be any. So these groups can influence you do things which you were not even aware that you could. Everyone in my group has a job. I should have too. So these are a few examples. Everyone in the group has married. You should get married too. Now everyone has kids. You should have to. Now everyone is going to gym. I should start going to gym too, right? Or when you reach your middle age and you are doing job, so a thought comes, everyone is starting a business. I should start something of my own too. Now, does that ring a bell? How often did that happen to you? Now, what you need to find out before joining a mastermind is that the group should be committed to the group, growth of the group, individually and as a group. The purpose brings people together and that commitment keeps them bonded. Now, belonging to the right mastermind is an excellent way to keep you on the right path to your goals while connecting with other like-minded people who may also running their own race. As a coach now, I am helping people create their mastermind, which helps them achieve their individual goals, whether related to career, relationship, or health. So your reason can be any. Join a mastermind consciously. That's what I can suggest.
Thank you, Arif. You brought some childhood memories with the mentioning of schools and all. So thinking of what all things we did or what all things went on that time was good fun. So we have always had masterminds in some way or other, albeit maybe in an informal manner. Now let me ask Jyotika, how does it actually help to have a mastermind?
Good
Jyotika,
morning,
your
Sai. Yes,
yeah.
thank you very much, Sai. A very good morning, and good morning to all of our audience today, including the ones who have switched off your video and we cannot see you. Well, mastermind, let me begin with this. When you introduced me as a banker, an entrepreneur, a speaker, an author, and a coach, right? And these are, let me tell you how did I become all of that? Banker and entrepreneur is something that I did because I had to do. That was a work that I was doing. But author, speaker, and coach is the result of mastermind. So this is just to begin my story with. This is how my journey actually began, where I got acquainted to mastermind about 8 years back. Now, my public speaking journey started about 8 years back. Now, it actually stemmed from a very simple thought that I wanted to make friends. You see, an entrepreneur's journey can be a very lonely. It is an individual journey. So my husband and I, both of us, we're running a business and we still have in Dubai. And at one point I felt that I need to make more friends. And I just stepped out and I said, let me go to a place where I can meet more people and just make friends. Now, as a child, I had heard something called as Toastmasters. I just Googled. One day I just attended as a guest. And I felt so good about things that day because people were so friendly and it made me feel so good. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you have met people who actually make you feel good? People who you do not know. It's quite rare, right? So here there were people who really made me feel good. And then, of course, I had to give some speeches and all of them. The first time I gave a table topic, I won an award. I don't know if this was a trap, but it did really help me. And there started my public speaking journey. But little did I know that this public speaking journey, which started off for a reason to making friends, actually turned out to something great. Now, what were the reasons it actually became an integral part of my life? Is because I received constructive feedback. Saeed, you mentioned in your speech that people, or I think it was Arif who mentioned, people who are constructively, committed to your growth. So we were a bunch of people who were committed to our growth. We were there giving feedbacks to each other. We had a format. We would deliver our speeches, our leadership journey together. But there were people who cared for you, who gave you feedbacks and where you could actually apply the feedback and grow. And this is what I liked about the place. But no sooner I realized that I was actually on a path of growth. I realized that I found myself being a public speaker and I enjoyed doing it. Now, for me, I'll talk from my experience that probably if I wouldn't have exposed myself to this mastermind, I would have never known those hidden qualities that I had in myself. So it's like when you give yourself an opportunity to be amongst people, like-minded people, you even realize your talent, which you otherwise find it difficult to explore. So what I learned about this mastermind is that mastermind does not necessarily be a group of people who are your type. We're different people with different background, different qualifications, different cultural background. All of this was different. But we were there with a common objective, or rather an intent. An intent to develop a public speaking and leadership skill, but more than anything, an intent to operate with the four core values, that was respect, integrity, service, and excellence. So any mastermind that you form, you can be forming a mastermind for different reasons, but you come together with an intent to grow together. So what I learned is that things can be different. I mean, it's also an opportunity for you to push yourself to the end of your comfort zone and grow, because that's where the growth is. Now, when you started off, Syed, you started off with the question, have you felt alone, right?
Yeah.
And you did feel at one point in time, you felt alone. Now, I'll tell you the implications of the consequences of mastermind. Because I was a part of mastermind, last 2 years back when I moved to India, there were a lot of chances that I could have been lost, felt alone, and all of that, because I was moving after nearly 3 decades abroad. But when I moved to India, I never felt alone. I kickstarted my activities as if no changes had taken place in my life. And in fact, I performed much better than what I was doing. And probably the COVID was the most active period for myself, only because I was a part of mastermind. I continued my activities. I did more than what I was doing. And this mastermind kept me constructively busy and helped me do things which was all in my bucket list. And I could not do it because I was, within inverted commas, busy. So 2 things that happened to me is I never felt alone because of the mastermind. I was amongst people who wanted me to grow. And then I knew how to establish relationship. This brought me to an understanding that people are an integral part of who you are. And you can grow when you respect people and understand that your growth is because a result of your collaboration with other people and not your only success, which is not exclusive from others. Your success is a part of how others behave with you, how others interact with you, and how you interact with them and behave with them. So for me, mastermind has been a great, I would say, great contributor to my growth. And today what we are is also a part of mastermind. And I would highly recommend this to all of them. Over to you, Syed.
Thank you, Jyotika. I think that was fantastic. I mean, very nice example you have given. And yes, being part of mastermind, if that group is really good, the growth that you will have could be phenomenal. So in my experience, the mastermind could happen by chance or by choice. While both have its own charm, I think by choice is more desirable. Ali Abbas, can you mute yourself, please? Yeah. So I think both have its own charm. By choice is more desirable. Now let me take this to Coach Hemant Jain and ask him, when this mastermind is actually necessary. I mean, we all could feel its importance in different stages of time, like I felt. So when is it actually really necessary? What is the right time for it? Coach Hemant.
Thank you, Saeed. Thank you. Okay, when? Okay, let's look at a couple of examples. Arif talked about his masterminds way back in school days, these small study groups which were formed. And I'm sure at least some of us, if not all of us, have had those experiences of being in a study group.
Yeah.
You and your friends who came together to kind of discuss or study together and prepare yourself for the impending exams. When that happened, all of you had a common goal to somehow, anyhow, go through the exams and successfully pass. You all worked together towards that common goal. You all helped each other, whether it was revisions or whether it was giving each other inputs. At the same time, you were also in a race with each other, who could kind of either study more or often revise more. You also helped each other in areas where you found it was slightly difficult. So if you did not understand a particular chapter, someone else could explain it to you. While if that person found another chapter difficult, you could explain to them. So it was a lot of collaboration which happened. You were helping each other, working towards a common goal. It is one of the best examples of a mastermind which gets formed even when we have no idea what a mastermind is. Looking at college days also, I'm sure you may have been part of some event which was organized and you were part of the event. Like I remember my MBA days when along with another person, we just were discussing the idea of having a completely online event. And this was like 2005, 15 years ago, when online events were not really a norm. We felt it was a great idea and we said, let's do it. And we started talking to more people in our batch. And we found another 5 guys who were guys and gals who were excited about this idea. They said, oh yeah, let's do it. Nobody had any clue of how we will do it. But that drive and that passion and that excitement was there that let's do it. And that's where the journey of making that dream a reality started. We talked to many more people and the group increased and then we all worked towards it. And we finally, 6 months later, delivered one of the first completely online business simulation games event from a B school in India. It is something which I fondly remember as a group of people who came together with a single objective of doing something which was not done before. There are many more examples when I look at in my life. Your best friends who have been there with you for so many years. They could be school friends with whom you have continued till today, or somebody you met in college and then you became best friends, or somebody you could have met at work. Irrespective of when you met them, once you've become best friends, now you are like kind of bonded for life. You are constantly talking to each other. And when I say constantly, it's not like every day or every week. You could be talking once in 6 months. But when you talk, you're talking with a lot of passion. You're talking about what is happening in life. If you were stuck in some place in your life, your best friend would be a person you would easily talk to. And that person will always have an encouraging word. It could pull you out of a hole and put you back on the path of progress. These are all masterminds. Some very purpose-built when you needed them. Some are there, you could start anytime because they're just helping you move ahead in life. And that's where the answer to the when comes in. Look at first the objective of your mastermind. Is it something specific that you want? Because then whenever the need arises, you will create that mastermind. And you need to go through the process of how you create your mastermind. How do you identify the right people for your mastermind? But let's say if you're looking at just improving your life, taking your life to the next level, the time to create that mastermind is absolutely now. Because you don't have to wait for an opportunity, or in India, we might say you don't have to wait for a Mahurat to start that mastermind. Identify those people who can help you go ahead in life, who can help you go higher in life, and form your mastermind. So when it comes to when, the answer is absolutely anytime, and for purpose-built masterminds, only when you need them. Over to you, Mom. Saeed.
Thank you, Hemant. And it was almost like a nostalgic. You take us to schools and colleges and night outs and night studies. Yes, I remember very well the 1 month before preparation for the exams and the groups coming together. You know, it reminds me of my group in MBA, where myself and another guy, we used to laboriously prepare notes. And guess what? We had one guy who every night he comes before the exam and he cries that I did not study anything, that I'm going to fail. And he will handpick only 3 or 4 of our notes. And guess what? These 4 topics will be there in the question paper. So yes, your mastermind is sometimes kind of good fun and good learning as well. So let me ask Coach Uzma. So we have discussed what and why of all these things. Now, who exactly should be in your mastermind? Is there any criteria to that, or can we be careful there? Or Uzma?
Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Mastermind is really a brainstorming hub where great ideas are made and the environmental tools needed to execute those ideas are also provided. Humans are intellectual creatures, and that makes anything to do with us a very dynamic and complicated process, be it law, relationship principles, or workplace policies. After the wonderful contribution of my fellow coaches to this discussion of mastermind, I'm sure you have already started wondering who all would you like to have in your personal little mastermind. I can almost see some people giggling in their heads. The rules of who to have in your mastermind are pretty straightforward, in fact, logical. Once you have absorbed the idea of what a mastermind is, you will find that the criteria for selecting your members are perfectly natural to the idea of the mastermind. To give you an example, say you play football and you decide to form a mastermind to improve your game. Of course, you will not be opting for hockey players, right, to join your group. What I mean to say is that members should have the same goal in the same aspect as you do. And that's what will make everyone stick together. An ideal mastermind would have members who wish to make about the same level of progress as, they may not be at the exact same level with respect to their performances in the moment when they come together, but they want to rise up in similar leaps. Like say the Alcoholics Anonymous, which is actually a mastermind. People who join AA are dead serious about getting rid of their alcohol addiction. And in each of their meetings, share their experience and breakthroughs, discuss challenges, probable solutions, etc. In many of the cases, these shared stories of personal experience help the other members to look out for those challenges before they even arise. So their chances of falling into that particular pit are significantly reduced. Hence, every member who will be subsequently facing a similar obstacle will be prepared in every possible way so as to not allow their progress to slide. The biggest advantage of having the support of such a team is that you never feel alone in your journey. The members celebrate your milestones with you like no cheerleader can, cheer you up when you may feel disappointed, and motivate you when you're lagging behind. And that is so important because it's that time when you don't want to be left alone. Misery loves company, you see. Since a mastermind consists of members that will be doing all of what we just heard, means there is no place for toxic people. People who may pull you down, exhibit jealousy, stamp on your toes, or push you down the stairs. In fact, there is absolutely no room for even people who may make you feel frustrated, emotionally fatigued, or indulge in group politics. Conflicts are handled in a way that strengthens the rapport and also furthers the agenda of the group. After all, different perspectives are bound to collide a little bit, but even that collision serves a positive purpose. The members are responsible for maintaining an optimum environment that unleashes your full potential. But what we need to remember here is that different is not toxic. So it's your think tank plus shock absorber. Our fast changing life and world may require us to be a part of more than one such group and that's fine. In fact, it's very common these days. But what may also happen is that you may need to change your mastermind according to the changing phases in your life. What you do today may not be a part of your life tomorrow, which means your support team will have to change too. By nature, we are not meant to be alone or lonely, which is why we are blessed with some permanent masterminds like our family, some friends, members from the extended family. That actually brings me to the thought of my most recent mastermind. And it's a really apt example because you know them too. It's the people you see on the screen, us, the Pathfinders. We knew each other since our training days when we were all learners and we didn't know each other enough to think about coming together. But as we discovered more about each one of us, coming together became a natural consequence. We just spoke once and Pathfinders was formed, a couple of brainstorming sessions and Bounce Back was born. We have gone through ups, downs, smiles, frowns, battled problems that are norms, have experienced storms, had arguments and tug of wars, but always got back together in due course. And we are so fortunate that we got a chance to professionally work with our mastermind, as it is a rarer phenomenon, but one of the best things that can happen in our professional life. Back to you, Saeed.
Hey, thank you, Uzma. I think you covered a lot of ground there. Wonderful. All the coaches here, it was great inputs there. I think we have covered a lot in the subject. So I would say that the purposeful coming together has the potential to produce unique and dynamic energy with an exponential capacity, the benefit of which could reach beyond the point of origin. So I'm sure all our audience also has their perspective on this in their own experiences with respect to mastermind. So let me open this floor for now for questions. One request though, that I request audience to ask questions and let the question be related to the topic so we can discuss it further. So the floor is open for questions. Please go ahead. Any questions in the chat? Anybody asking here? Yasin, instead of typing, maybe you can ask.
I agree with you. I prefer talking than writing. I agree with you. Thank you. Yeah, when we talk about mastermind, we're talking about our mastermind as adults, although some adults still cannot see the need to change mastermind until a certain time. But when you see your kids with their mastermind, how do you advise the change of the mastermind for somebody else, like your kids, for example? For you, okay, but for your kids, what is the advice?
Yeah, I remember once Arfin Khan was saying that father noticed him with few people all the time. And he also noticed that some of them were not good for him. So he advised him. And at one stage, when he was with them at his home, he simply told those guys that these two are not worth having. Get rid of them. So I think sometimes an upfront, usually advice should come indirectly, especially with your kids. But sometimes maybe it is necessary to tell them upfront that these guys are no good, if you think they are no good.
Well, if I may add here, from my personal experience, since I have teenage kids as well, now it's not very easy to tell the children to change their mastermind. It's very obvious that they're going to revolt and they're going to react. So in my case, what I have done is I have let them experience the bitter experience while following up with them and keeping an open conversation as to what is happening. Lucky for me that my daughter discusses most of the things and she's quite open to me and transparent. So even the bitter experiences, whether it's my son or daughter, son a little less, maybe daughter more, she comes and tells things with me. So it has been that she has experienced those friends and made a conscious decision herself as to who is good and who is bad for her. Or rather, I would not use the word bad, but not good for her. Now, not every child is the same, but that has to be done in a very subtle manner. Do not enforce because the moment you enforce your decision on the child, even if they know they are bad for them, they will ensure that they are with them. This is the normal human tendency and kids' tendency. You know, we revolt. If anyone advises, we say, no, I don't want to listen to what you're saying, forget it. So be a little more mindful here, be a little more matured in the way you handle, but follow up the developments and understand what is happening with them and handhold them. That's what is important. Do not enforce yourself.
No, I agree. I think we with the time, by asking sometimes doctors, psychologists, things like that, we come up with the same, of course, attitude. In the beginning, of course, you try to be to force, as you said, and I think it's completely wrong, because the kids, they will do opposite, and they will be stronger even. So, and then with the time, as you said, talking and following the flow and adding some points, I agree with you, it helps. And this is what we are doing, and we see some result. Exactly. I wanted only to have your feedback, and any idea, it's always welcome. We are all in the same situations, and the society where we are living, sometimes it doesn't fit what we are in general. You see what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And also, Yasin, I think all kids are not same. Like, you know, if I take, but both the kids that have, they are totally different. I mean, the way they think, the way they behave, the way they react. One, as Jyotika said, he will share everything that he does. The other, 1,000 things happen to me, and he will say, "Kya hua?" He says, "What happened today?" He says, "What happened? Nothing happened." And even if there was a big event, also he will say, "Nothing happened." What's there? So they're all different. So I think individually we need to act according to their personality, and yeah.
I think what I can add is that something which I keep telling my wife, that as parents, our role is pretty much to help our kids understand what is right and what is wrong. And then the choice has to be left to them. We can't choose it for them. They will make their choices. If they choose the wrong, they will get their lessons learned from it. No amount of our scolding or explaining will, move them away from the choices. They will have to experience it. The other side of the story is also that the generation gap will always be there, more so now than ever, because the world is changing way too fast. So we have to be, as parents, be open to things they are doing, their thought process, and their life approach in general. So there is a lot of things we will have to learn from them too.
I agree.
I think Hemantji, I mean, all the coaches were excellent today. It was really good listening to you people. I really thoroughly enjoyed. I'm Samantha here. And what I feel is, I just witnessed, we have to make our children realize the difference between a peer group and a mastermind group.
Very well said.
True.
Peer group, as Muhammad Said sir, you are saying, sometimes it happens by choice. It's not by choice, it's by chance, because the people around them, they make a peer group. We cannot tell them as a mastermind group. When we make our people, kids, educate them or make them motivated towards their goal or something, what he's telling right or wrong, then they will come to know what is their mastermind. They'll couple themselves, they'll go there and they'll join them. I feel there is a difference, and we have to make them realize that.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
that's where I
Yes,
said,
yes,
Samantha, that experiencing the experience is very important.
Yes.
Because many children, like we, for example, if they're into any bad habits, just for example, when we say that it is bad, they would still continue doing it. But when they realize that it's not good for them, there is 100% chance then they will stop it forever. So
Yes, exactly.
that experience is very important for them to make a wise decision.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, Uzma, you were saying something.
Yeah, sometimes it so happens that we are not very happy with the company that our kids keep. I don't have teenage children, so that way I may not seem qualified to some people to comment on this, but I have friends who do. I know a lot of people who do. So in case you want to help them change the company. What you can do is, if they are interested in a certain activity, say a sport or anything else, a creative activity, you can get them enrolled in a club, say a football club or art classes or whatever. You can introduce new people into their life. And I am sure it cannot so happen that wherever they go, they will find bad people. There are more chances than then they will find other people who may be good, who you may also approve of. I use the word approve because I believe here we are talking about kids who are not adults yet. So I know
Yes.
we can get a little bit protective. Parents can get a little bit, wary about the company that they keep. So that can also help them form a new mastermind and realize how having a common goals can actually be beneficial for everyone who comes together. Hope that helps.
In fact,
Yeah, that's Samta, you raised a very valid and important point. So
Yes.
there can be a peer group, there can be a teamwork, but mastermind is completely
It's
different.
something different. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, peer group. See, you have got a very good peer group, Faris, so you have got a very good study things. There are people where they are getting bad company and they are not going on the track. They are coming out of the way. The kids, that is the main problem now with the teenagers, as Ushma is saying. My sister, see, my sister's son and daughter, I'm saying, I feel bad. Sometimes I really feel. That's how I come to this point.
One thing that differentiates with other groups to a mastermind is that in mastermind there is a specific purpose for which you have joined a group, and that group together is trying to reach to that objective, to that purpose. And
Yes.
as a group also, and you may have individual goals, but that
Yes.
one purpose should be common.
Yes, yes. As Usma said, with every phase of life, the mastermind will change. The same time, with each objective of our life, as Hemant was saying, that also happens. For the purpose also, see, if I go to office, my mastermind is different. If I come to you, you people are my masterminds. Like, I want to be with you. I want to share my feelings with you. And how the journey goes about as a coach and all, I want to be with you. So the purpose, he was saying that the objective, when the objective changes, the group changes. It's not one mastermind which is there. There are at different stages for different purposes. We have different masterminds.
but the key difference that we look at is that whether it's your peer group, your team, or your mastermind, the
Okay.
mastermind is the one you have control over. Your peer group is there, whether you are at school, at office, your family, those people are there around you. You can't really change that. When it comes
Yes.
to a team, the team was probably defined by your manager or things like that. Again, you don't have a control over it. You exist in those teams, make your contributions and working towards a common objective. But
Yes.
when it comes to a mastermind, you define the objective of the mastermind. You are an active participant. You can choose to leave it. You choose the members in it.
By
also.
choice.
So the intent is the differentiator between all these things. But of course,
Yes.
each one of those are masterminds in their own way. Each one of those affect you. Now, how much you allow it to affect you is again on you. Perfectly
Yes.
said.
Yes.
And yes,
Hemant,
while
also.
we have been talking about children, this is very, very true for us adults also. We are all impacted by our surroundings.
Yes.
So we
Yes. Well said.
look at it carefully. Thank you, Samta.
Yes. Yes. Hemant.
Yeah. Any other member in the audience, love to have you on video and share your questions or your opinions.
Videos. We are not ready. We are enjoying our weekends.
That's perfectly fine. Not being ready is the new ready. The Zoom era.
From the audience, Parmesh, Saif, Naved, Ratnesh, everyone, please come on video, and if you have something to say about mastermind, anything, just go on.
Yeah.
The
Actually a photograph also. So if anybody can come on video, at least briefly, we can take a picture. Krishna, you were saying something? I think you can go on.
I said it was a great question. Actually, one word which comes to my mind is the power of association. It's nothing but the power of your association, which again is the same thing. Another word for it is the power of association. So the people like your your tribe determines your vibe. So I think all of this is the same, leads to the same conclusion, that whomsoever you are associated with in your life is how you grow in life, and eventually your life turns out. So, and I think the challenge usually comes is by the time you realize, because this is not taught to even children, like many things, like of course we unconsciously as parents, we say that don't get associated with these guys, don't get associated with these guys, but for a different reason. For a reason because the parents want their child to become something which is their selfishness, without knowing what does the child want to become, and then deciding the power of association, which are two different things. So I will not say that parents also are taking the right decision, because I myself, I'm a parent and I know I have taken wrong decisions when I determine the power of association for my children. But the challenge or the maturity required by parents is to understand what does the child want to become, and then guide him, mentor him to choose the right power of association or mastermind. This, I think, is a real challenge for anybody. And even as an individual, by the time you realize that your power of association need to change where you want to grow in life, you have lost quite a few steps in your journey, and you need to quicken your pace, which again has got different challenges. So I think I'll not say there's one right answer for all these questions, but these are certain questions which need understanding, and also like how it can be developed in the children by the parents, so that they are in the right association right from their childhood, and it helps them to become a much better and a stronger individual as they grow up. That's what I would like to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
Yeah, I will like to share one thing. I am totally agree with Uzma's view. Uzma. Okay, Uzma suggested that instead of just rejecting the peers which your child is currently having, it's better to shift them and give other options. You know, Uzma, that was a really good suggestion. That usually what parents do is reject their peer group or whatever the friend circle they have. So instead of that, if we just this mastermind, if we present them all those choices, it will be so easier for us as well as for the child also. That's good. Yeah, thank you. And Hemant Jain, I liked whatever you spoke. You spoke very nicely, and I couldn't hear from the beginning, but whatever you spoke in that time, you gave the maximum. You know, I agree with your views. That was good.
Thank you, Sucheta. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think our conversation has kind of veered towards talking about ourselves and our kids. But let's not forget that now that we have this understanding of masterminds, it's good to share this understanding in any way we want with anybody and everybody around us. It can be your colleagues, it could be your friends. In your own way, you can make them understand the power of the mastermind. And if they also understand this difference in the intent, if they understand how your peer group and your mastermind can be different, how you can form your mastermind while the peer groups get formed naturally, even they can take steps. You could form your own masterminds. So yes, we are focused on our children and worried about them, but then it's us, it's our friends, colleagues, and everybody else around who can also benefit from this understanding.
Yeah, I think that's a good beginning actually, when people are worried of their children and they want to teach their children, at least because through their children, they will understand the importance of mastermind and learn to have a mastermind for themselves.
But if you look at macro level, I think if we acknowledge that every person and everything around us is a contributor to us, then I think our perspective will change. We'll be able to receive, we'll be more positive to receive. And that acknowledgement and gratitude that, yes, we are fortunate to have such people around us, that will go a long way in general in forming us right groups and right being associated with right people. Anybody else asking any questions? Some people are very silent. I would like to ask Ramesh, Abdurrab, and Mamata. All right. I think that much for the day. Have we? Can I request everybody to come on camera, please, so we can have a pic. We'll have some pictures.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's a Saturday morning. You may not look the best. What matters is your smile. I'm sure you can bring on your best smile. Okay. Half the people are on video. The other half, Karthik, Parmesh, Samta, Saif, Abdul, Naved, Amreen, Mamta.
Your photo will be spoiled unnecessarily.
No. Getting smiles on the photo, it only increases value. See, the brightness of the photo increased a little bit now.
Yeah, hi Parmesh, good to see you on screen.
Hello.
Karthik, Saif, Naved,
Yes, sorry.
Amreen, Mamta. Oh, great. Karthik, could you please switch on your video, Saif, so we can quickly have a picture? Naved, Abdul Rab. ठीक है, जाएंगे मगर switch on कर लो आप video.
Recording
Yes.
the session officially. We can discuss further.
Okay, I've taken the picture. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, friends. It was nice having you all here, and we hope to see you again in our next episode next Saturday. And thanks for your wonderful contributions. It was very, you made this discussion rich, and we all learned something. And thank you, and hope to see you again.
Tayaji and the whole team, a real compliment from you. The topics you are choosing are really good. You are really making the path find. Super. Yes, all the favor, really rocking. Super.
Thank you, Samata.
Thank you. Appreciate this.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Sucheta. Hi.
Bye bye.
Hello, Yasin.
Bye-bye.
Yasin, thank you very much for attending the session again.
Yes, as Said said, our next episode. Said, I think you should tell them a little bit about the episode also. Our next one.
Our next episode is about, again, coaching, why it is important. We all need coaches at some time or other. Like, you know, if I have to talk about myself, why we are coach at this stage. So I think we are going to discuss this. This will be very interesting, and we would like to see you there definitely. Yeah. I think
You
some
can
people-
stop the live maybe.
recording.